Good afternoon, this is a short guide for the teacher view of GAMFLEW. The first thing to do to access the teacher features is authentication. This can be done by registering a new teacher user and validating it with the standard provided account, or just using the latter, as you can see me doing now. The teacher view menu has many options, including those shown to students. As a short introduction, let's play a challenge just to cover the game mechanics. Challenges have an attributed score, coverage type, difficulty, and even an individual achievement. When opening a challenge, we feed its coverage objective and associated code file. These are necessary to pass the challenge. To pass the challenge, one needs to interact with the board on the right. Interacting with the board may mean freely moving a piece, adding or removing pieces, stacking pieces, or even moving them to out-of-bounds positions. Now, to actually pass the challenge, we must achieve statement coverage of line 9, guarded by the if condition on lines 7 and 8. So we move a piece outside the board and click Go. We write a short comment that explains our attempt and submit. This was a very short overview of the game mechanics, so if needed, there is a how to play page covering everything about the game and how it's played. Let us then move on to teacher-exclusive features. To make a challenge, an initial board state and a code file are needed. These are created separately in the challenge content creator. These are pretty self-explanatory, and in boards, existing states may be used as the starting point. The interaction is the same as when playing the game. When creating a code file, it is possible to see how this code file will look to the player. Assuming a code file and a board state were created, the challenge is created using the Challenge Manager. Here, we can also edit existing challenges. We will be using Challenge 1.1 as an example again. The code file and initial board state are selected first. After this, one must provide a few details: a title, a hint to help struggling players, the objective, the attributed score, the code coverage type, and difficulty. There is also a condition count attribute that is related to condition, condition decision, and MCDC challenges. Below these, the expressions that in fact test if a challenge is passed are written. There are assertions and tests, and only the latter is needed. Assertions are really shortcuts, and simply put, if an assertion doesn't pass, then the test won't pass either. To write these expressions, there is a specific language for which all details are shown in the purple callouts. And before submitting a new challenge, we must ourselves pass it, thus making sure it is playable. Now focusing on the expressions, Challenge 1.1 has an assertion that checks the logged interactions with the board. Without at least one interaction, we won't pass, so by submitting a board with no interactions, we will fail. So let's do a random interaction and try again. This time we pass the assertion but not the test, so let's move a piece out of bounds and pass the challenge, which allows us to submit it into the database, and from there on out, it's shown to players. But this is all for the Challenge Manager. As administrators, we may also validate registered users, giving them access to the teacher view. We can check all submitted attempts that were stored in the database, and there is also a more detailed version of the game's leaderboard, including teacher users, because teachers can play too. With that, we wrap up this short video guide on GAMFLEW's Teacher View.